got no shame. Taking over, about to go insane. I thought they told ya, I'm a neighborhood soldier. Pops told me when I walk around, act like they already know ya. Price tag about to go up. Hope that all my brothers blow up. Gang about to take over. Opposition stay below us. I need a key to the city. Just know when I make it, I'm about to bring all of them with me.
Like, episode has just started. And like, I'm just going to start with this. Like, this episode is such an interesting episode because this is the first time that we've faced adversity on this podcast. We had a very, very special guest that we were excited about. A person with a very special story. He's still going to be on later, but canceled on us very last minute. So we had to come up with something. So we decided to hop on here first thing in the morning and make something shake real quick. So I'm tired. I know Kamar's tired. Jovan's tired. And Jovan is just irritating. Like, I'm just going to say that. Like, I'm not going to tell y'all like why, but like Jovan is just irritating. But anyway, man, this episode 7. I'm gonna try and bring the energy, you know what I'm saying? But look, we do have a good topic that we want to talk about though, for real. Like, we really do. This was something that was supposed to be pushed back a little bit, but we're gonna talk about it this week. It'll be a shorter episode because we didn't plan. But I will say this: climber of the week is Blake Harris. My little brother, my dude is climbing. I'm talking about really climbing. Like, dude is dedicated, committed to his sport, which is football. I'm sure he'll be committed in any other sports that he does this year. But I know right now, me being his coach, y'all see the hoodie. Like, right now, I'm talking about without politics. Like, and I'm not saying this because it's my brother, the best lineman on the team, in my opinion. Shows up on time every single day, has the grades, right? Athletic, really strains to get his blocks off. Now, is he the only one doing that? No, there's a couple other ones too, but I think he's the complete package. He's climbing. He finally gets it, right? He gets it.
Hard.
I can't say he got it last year, but he gets it this year. Definitely shout out to you, Blake, man. Keep climbing. It's a game. He got a game today. It's game day for him. Let's go, man. We gonna go out there and kill it. So
as them boys what we about.
You got Garfield, and guess who we got? Y'all remember John from last week? Anybody listening or watching the podcast? We got John's little brother, who is also a sophomore. So it's kind of fun. It's fun times, man. I'm gonna be on the field. John will be in the stands, but it's gonna be a good matchup. So, man, the topic of the day is really just betting on yourself. I haven't even thought of a title yet, but I just want to talk about us betting on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? How you steer away from everybody else's doubt and you stay committed to yourself. You stay true to yourself. You believe in yourself, right? So, like, right now, I'm about to play a Instagram reel that I saw of Kobe just talking about believing in yourself. Don't let nobody doubt you, right? Understand that you committed to something. Buy into it, right? Because you could do it. So I'll play it right now.
Go after your dreams, right? Go after it. I never compromised that. I never allowed anybody to tell me what I was capable of accomplishing. I never let anybody tell me that I can't do. Right? I went after it. If you want to accomplish something or do something that a lot of people think is difficult to accomplish, you have to put all your eggs in one basket. And there's no compromise with that.
Now that it's played, what I'm thinking is we talk about that reel, right? We talk about that reel and what it means to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, first question for y'all, for real, is like, how important do you think it is to bet on yourself?
Extremely important. I mean, like, self-confidence is the most important thing. Nobody else can give that to you. It's kind of like how when you first get to college, Bryce or Kamar, we both were we were all athletes. You get to college and you see all these people that's way farther ahead than you are because you're a freshman. You like, yo, I don't even belong here. And you have that self-doubt. Like, they say that all the time. Once your confidence is gone, like so is your play, so is your performance, and that applies to everything else in life. You know what I mean? Just like the self-belief of even thinking that you can do something better, or self-belief of, like, I say this all the time, like, I didn't like public speaking for a long time. And I told myself, like, how me and Bryce used to tell ourselves, like, hey, they gonna get this work. all the time on the field. That's how I be when I take that same mindset when I go in any office, any room that I
Yeah.
go into,
Mm-hmm.
and that changed everything for me because now like how I approach it is like I control the room. That's how
Yeah.
I feel. I may not, but now I have the confidence in the energy about me that's like I belong here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let me speak to that, man, because I said this in a song. I ain't gonna lie. As I was listening to the song, I mean, obviously, sometimes bars, like all my bars, I keep my bars real. Like any music I make, I keep all my lyrics 100%
No
authentic.
capping your rap.
But like, I don't know if my dad actually said walk around acting like somebody already knows me, but I will say somebody told me that, and I've been living my life like that for years since high school, and it's been the greatest lesson I ever learned. One of them, I should say. And
Mm-hmm.
like me and Janelle just did that. Like we just did that when we went to the Browns game. We was on the field. Deontay Johnson. Let me just Deontay Johnson's a climber of the week too. I'm just gonna say that because y'all,
He's
it was
snapping.
4:30. The game didn't start till 8:15. It's 4:30. We gotta go out there and practice run the flag because we held the flag for the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no pictures, no cameras. Please stay in line. There might be NFL players out there. And then the other dude was like, "Yeah, it's not usually NFL players out there. It's a little too early." Promise you, one player from both the Browns and the Steelers. There was only one person on the field. It was Deontay Johnson. Headphones on, working on his little catch shake. He had somebody throwing the ball, catch shake. Let me go back to the story though. So I'm like, no, that's. I was like, that's Tay, like that's Deontay, and she was like, bro, you gotta say what's up. I got to do a worker right here. He hear this whole conversation. He like, not going for that. So she was like, get his attention. He like, get his attention. So I'm like, I got a pretty good relationship with Deontay. You know what I'm saying? We was pretty cool when he played at Toledo. Um, always used to joke with each other and stuff. So I was going to mimic him, but I was on the other side of the field. I'm trying to get his attention. He just obviously he's locked in, bro. Like I'm talking about laser
Mm-hmm.
focus. Luckily, we walk towards him to leave the field. Like we was on this 35. He on the other 35. We went to the other
Mm-hmm.
35 to leave. I said, yes. So I'm like, I'm doing this. He ain't noticed me. I'm sitting here staring right at him. I did this. He ain't noticed me.
That boy.
So so I'm just sitting here like, you know what? Forget it. Everybody off on the sideline. I just stood there because he was walking back to the locker room. I just stood there with my arms out. You know what I'm saying? And he saw me. But the moral of the story, so I got to say what's up to him and stuff. And then the dude was like, "So you know him?" I said, "Yeah, that's my boy. I used to play with him." Um, but the moral of the story is, man, like already acting like you've been there, already acting like you know the person. You know what I'm saying? Instead of acting out,
Mm-hmm.
showing out, that helps too. Another thing, a lot of people there was like amazed with some of the NFL players that we were seeing and stuff like when we was on the field, and
Mm-hmm.
not not to say that it wasn't cool for us. It was awesome for me and Janelle, but we was just like, now these people probably have never seen not one NFL player like this close. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'll
Mm-hmm.
go way farther
Right.
with these people with these relationships if we don't show out. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing with Deontay. Like I said, what's up to him? Let him go on with his business. Some dudes be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
bro, let's get a picture real quick, bro. Man, my dog, Deontay." Like, bro, I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to walk around in the
Right.
presence as if you already know you're supposed to be here, and it translates just like you said, Joe, in the classroom. It translates on the field when you competing. It translates in the work
Yep.
office and the meetings. So I love that, man. I think that's a great,
Yeah.
great comment. What
I
you
mean,
got
I
to say
think
about the
that
whole thing?
translates to life. Like, I think that translates in every aspect of life. I mean, it offers a level of maturity that like a lot of people don't have. Where I know, like when you made that quote, because obviously that's one of your songs, you know what I mean, and I'm one of your biggest fans. But like that quote to me always made me think of like coaches back in the day, where they say, "Act like y'all been here
Yeah.
before."
Right.
You know what I mean? Where like some teammates would be clowning, some teammates would be joking, like not serious and locked in. But on the other end of it, the coach is like, act like y'all been here before. Like, what y'all doing? Y'all tripping. And to me, that was always like, all right, and I gotta chill out. I gotta be laser focused. I gotta lock in because we got a goal to accomplish. So to me, acting like you've been somewhere before, having your mind set on something is a form of locking in on your true goals or your true motives. I mean, for lack of better terms, like even with starting a new job, like so obviously I had just graduated like literally like 2 months ago. And before that I started a new career here in Columbus. And it amazes me that I've even connected with the people that I have. Like I have a level of respect that I never thought I would be able to gain within 2-3 weeks starting there. But it's because I acted like I already been there before. But at the end of the day, like I was thrown into the water. So I really didn't know what I was doing. Like, it was all brand new to me. It was a whole new system, a whole new type of language that I had to understand, especially with international like type of transactions, I guess I say. But I acted like I knew it. I acted like I was already seasoned, like a seasoned vet in that. And beyond that, like the people, like I gained a lot of respect out of others. I mean, the same way that you did, like being on that field where it's like, they're like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's up. So I think that that's important, like just to have a right mindset. So you're not living life kind of oblivious or ignorant in some form or fashion.
Yeah, and they said
Yeah.
like kind of what you were saying about already acting like you're expert with it, right? There's a
Mm-hmm.
balance. There's a balance, and it just made me think about it. It's like, yeah, you want to be humble, like you don't want to act like you know everything, but at
Definitely.
the same
Definitely.
time, I agree with you. At the same time, you do want to walk with some swagger. You want to have a mindset of like, I'm here for a reason, right? That's that
Mm-hmm.
self belief. Instead of
Yeah.
being like, man, like, did I really deserve this job? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No. Right.
um, I've been in that same situation with my job. Like, first time ever doing, something here, something there. My principal will throw something on me and like almost be in a laughing matter, like messing around with me, but she'll really try and make me do it. And I'm like, that's fine. And she's just like,
Mm-hmm.
huh? I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. In my
Mm-hmm.
head, I'm like, I have no idea how I'm about to do this, but I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And it always amazes her. It's always funny because like I'm telling you, she'd be like, and our counselor is gonna do this, and like she'll be looking at me, she'll be looking at me like he's about to say no. I'll be like, yeah, that's cool, I can do it. So I like that comment, man, a lot too. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that you said that because that validates me too. Because I ain't gonna lie, I be thinking I'm crazy doing that sometimes, but I ain't the only
Mm-hmm.
one doing it. So
I'll be doing the same thing, bro. I be doing the same thing. They be like, yeah, you trying to do this? I'm like, yeah, I got what you need.
Google
Yeah.
how to so and so and so.
Yeah. No.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Google the best friend for
Right.
Was there ever a point in y'all life, man, where y'all really wanted to chase something, but y'all ended up letting other people get in y'all way, like other doubt, other people stop you from chasing what you knew you could chase, or you felt like you wanted to?
Nah, I mean, for me, I've always had the support. I mean, like, you know what I mean? For me, I always
No,
had the support
you ain't even gotta go no
to
further
to to
because
get it done.
I was smiling when I y'all just paused like that because I'm just thinking about how much love we have from each other. Ain't nobody doubt each other,
bro,
man.
so
All
much,
our
Yeah,
bro.
doubt,
nobody
all our doubt was from people so far away from
on the
our
outside,
circle.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't care what you
just
talking about.
outside noise.
But what if there
Yeah.
are other people that are listening that have the same situation, but they let those far people get to you, right? Like, man,
Oh yeah,
let's just be honest. Like, for some odd reason, I don't know if it was the way I carried myself in high school. I don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I wouldn't say I had a lot of haters, but I had some haters. People that talked behind my back. People that said
Same.
I was gonna
Same.
be, my offers wasn't worth nothing. People said,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, bro, he just went D1 because of politics, bro. Like Flossie put him in there. He not gonna play, bro. He's
yeah.
not gonna play." And then all of a
Oh,
sudden,
he just
everybody's
big
surprised.
or something.
Everybody's surprised. I'm second string as a true freshman. They like, hold on, what?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like starting the next year. Them same people that was saying all of that, now they like, that boy Big Bright, he a beast, man. Hey, this is like, I don't ever forget it.
Facts.
I remember faces, I remember names, and they
Mm-hmm.
still get the same respect all the time. But my
Yeah.
point is,
Yep.
I knew they doubted me, so why did I keep going, right? And that's kind of
Yeah.
what that Kobe reel speaks to is like almost prove them wrong, but also what's the point in even proving them right or wrong? You just worry about you. You worry about what you think about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you could look at it from two
Yeah.
different perspectives. If somebody doubts you, you could your ideal mindset could be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My philosophy, I'm like, I don't care what you think. Like, I'm gonna keep doing me. Same thing with my music. Same thing with the way I draw. Same thing with AC. But I want to talk about AC
Yeah.
later. But for me,
Yeah.
it's just like doing what I want to do and how I believe in myself. And then when I got my circle that
Yeah.
believes in me, I don't care about what nobody talking about.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's
That's what I was
facts,
about to.
man.
That's
Like
what I was
we
about to
never
touch.
really we all support each other so heavy. It's like I really had to think of a time like if I really felt like I had any type of doubt or someone that was against me, to be honest with you. But I can't really think of that unless it was outside sources, like almost exactly particular to what you just said for like
Yeah. For to me, I like you said, the AC, bro, we so supportive. Like you said, you gonna go to the
yes,
moon
bro.
as a kid. We were like, all right, go ahead, do that thing.
Let's do it. Like
And bro, like it got to a point, bro, when I went to college, I used to just like try to make up stuff like of doubt. You know what I mean? Like to try to stay competitive or keep an edge, or I would think of something that like, bro, they probably really is doubting me. Like I should be a captain sooner or something. I'm like, bro, like what are y'all not
mhm.
seeing? That I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me was when I went to the NFL and I was in the Chiefs locker room for the first time. You see everybody. I'm in awe. I'm like, dang. Like that's the first time I was like, wait, do I belong here? I'm like, yo, I'm
Mm-hmm.
with this dude. This dude. I watched you on TV,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm not really starstruck. I don't get starstruck or anything like that. Um,
I
but
don't
I remember
either.
I dapped up Tyrann Mathieu and Patrick Mahomes. I said, yo, I looked at my hand like, yo,
Honey
I said
Badger?
this. I said this hand
You
just
ugly.
touched the
Honey?
honey badger.
You ugly.
But you know what I mean? And then I go all the way there, and you go into a meeting room with everybody, and I'm sitting in the back because like when you're an undrafted free agent, that's like being a walk on in college. You know, there's nothing against walk ons. Walk ons get scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
Undrafted people get contracts, but it's very hard and it's a grind to get there. And so I'm in the back of the room, and he's asking the drafted guy a question. Then he's asking the guy that he wanted more because he never directly talked to me. I talked to all 32 teams. The only like head coach or like position coach I talked to was like from the Chargers and Baltimore. Like, you know what I mean? So I went to the Chiefs off of like the scout. I didn't really know. I'm thinking in my head, like, wait, did the O-line coach really even want me here?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first time I ever really had to doubt because like I never spoke to him one on one.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did speak to him one on one, I felt like I was like being an inconvenience. You know what I mean? So then I was like, dang, like now I'm having to doubt, like have that challenge of myself, like overthinking it, and then still having to do my job and outperform the next guy and the people that they actually wanted here. You know what I mean? So that's the first time I ever had to deal with that kind of conflict of like, all right, like how am I gonna go about this and how am I gonna keep myself mentally sane to the point where I only have a couple of weeks to prove myself.
Yeah.
Right.
And for a while I was like kind of going outside myself, like trying to be like, yes sir, no sir, like trying to be all like be perfect. But I'm like, bro, be myself. Like I know
Mm-hmm.
these answers. I got all like I'm smart. I really feel like I was like one of the smartest O linemen in the room, including the vets. I'm like,
Yep.
I miss no questions, bro. Like I know every blitz, I know every call. I study hard. I'm like, bro, y'all not doing this.
So how you know all of
Yeah.
this? How you know all of
Yeah.
this and you still getting beat on Madden by me?
You, bro.
What? What?
I beat you by like 20 something before yesterday.
Okay, that was one time out of
And that
like,
was by one. You beat me by 1 point.
bro. I'm
And
up.
some, bro.
I'm up like
This is
I'm
not
up
what
like
the
3 games,
this
bro.
is no, bro. This is not what the podcast is about. Can we keep it going? Can we keep it going?
Joe, you be running from work for me, and man. And you
Stop it.
too.
Stop it. Do you even
Bryce,
have
you
the
be running
game?
from work.
Are you
Bryce be
getting the
running from
game?
work. Boy,
He don't
they
even
told
have
me
the
not to
game.
get the game because I'm so hard. They said don't get it this year, bro.
Man, get out.
Huh?
Do me a favor.
What?
Get up. Anyway, yeah. Let's transition back. Kamar, are you getting? Hold on. Are you getting mad? Like, what's up?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
So that was my question. Was like, have you ever let somebody else's doubt get into your way? Jovan, you kind of answered the other question. Like, have you ever doubted yourself and got in your own way? I've definitely done that. I
Me
stopped
too,
doing that.
man.
I stopped doing that a long time ago. But when I was a little kid, I used to do it all the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, it could have been anything. that off the top of my head. Like I would doubt myself academically a lot. I used to be down and out academically. I had no
Mm-hmm.
confidence. Um, everybody, I remember we went to middle school and everybody was done with a 100 book challenge, and I just was still like at one of the lower reading levels. Like I was still in the 100 book challenge all the way till seventh grade. I was in the class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna name no names, but I was in the class with other kids, and I'm just like, "Bro, I swear I'm smarter than them, man." And I'm not to say they dumb, but I just was like,
Mm-hmm.
part of myself was like, I know I shouldn't be in a 100 book challenge, but I really couldn't
Yeah.
read that good. Like I just was not a reader. I didn't understand comprehension. The word comprehension used to give me so much anxiety as a kid because I knew I couldn't understand. Like I would read something, and they would be like, "What did you just read?" And I would not be able to answer it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then I look back and I think about how many times I just stared at a book and actually didn't read for the 100 book
Yep.
challenge.
Yep.
Have a parent
Yep.
sign or a teacher sign. Every day at school, when the teacher would sign, like we supposed to be reading for 20 minutes. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't read one page. I would just flip and be staring everywhere. So that hurt my reading too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so at that point, I doubted myself. Talking to girls, early on, not even like on nothing like that, just talking to them, I was nervous. I used to have doubt, like, oh, they're not gonna like me. Um, so I had a lot of self doubt, but I got out of that.
Yeah.
I got out of that pretty early. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. Used to watch a lot of motivational videos. Had y'all, had my support, had
Mm-hmm.
my circle, a lot of love from my family. So I just like stopped doubting myself entirely, and I started really shooting for beyond the stars for real. So that was my story and how I doubted myself. But I'm done with that now. I don't
Mm-hmm.
doubt myself about nothing. I feel like I'm the man for real with anything I do. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
hard.
Yep.
Kamari, have you ever doubted yourself with anything?
Man, like a mug, boy. I think it all stems like I think it all stems though from a long line of just like hearing different comments like over time and then kind of comparing and contrasting myself. So like to be honest with you, I find myself to be I don't think I'm the most intelligent friend of us. I think I know there's plenty of people that are way smarter than me. But I used to doubt myself and think like, man, I ain't that smart. Like I ain't this. It was the same way you did with the 100 book challenge. But there were certain points in my life where I proved myself wrong accidentally, and then it allowed for me to change my thinking. And then the minute that I locked in on, oh, that's not true, things completely turn around for me. Where it's like, I think life is a mental game. I think everything starts with your mental strength. Like whether it's I think your physical strength starts from your mental strength, your spiritual strength, your emotional health. Everything starts from your brain. So I think from those moments, that's when like things started to take a turn. Like I remember in middle school, my parents always still joke about this. I won a math award. I don't know what a math award is. I don't know how you even earn that. But in middle school, they gave me the math award of the school. I'm like, what did I even do? Like I don't even think I'm good at math. And then from that day on, I realized, bro, I'm really good at numbers. Like I'm good at using this number with that number and this number with that number. And in turn, that also reflected in a science type of subject where I'm like, bro, science is easy to me. And I never really like science. So it's those small things where I'm like, bro, I always doubted myself because I saw somebody else doing better. My
Yep.
sister, Kyla, one of the smartest people I know. I always saw how well she was able to comprehend like reading. She always read at a higher level than me. I'm like, man, I'm not good, man. Kyla's just so much smarter than me. Kyla this, Kyla that. Where I would basically put her on a pedestal, but then in the meantime, or like in contrary to that, while I put her on a pedestal, I started digging myself a hole. And to be honest with you, I still did that even going into college, where it's like I knew like in high school, to be honest with you, I thought I was stuff. Like, you know what I mean? People that when I went to driving school, like my driving school teacher, I forget his name, but he was like, yeah, what school you go to? I'm like, Firestone. He's like, man, Firestone. He's like, man, they got this one kid that's real fast on the football field. I'm like, who? Like, I'm thinking he talk about Duffel or something. He's like, no, he wear number 9. I'm like, that's me, boy. Like, you know what I mean? So it was
Hey yo.
so in high school, like, I really thought I was a stuff. And like anybody in high school probably would have thought I was going to play football. But I mean, I found a passion with track. It also lined up with my goals. Like I wanted to stay in Akron. I got an offer to Akron, and I wanted to still be around my family. I wanted to still be around my little sister, my little brother. You know what I mean? So it just worked out perfect. But even when I got there, though, seeing so many people, man, I started doubting myself. Like, man, this is an Olympic or this is a world champion that I'm training with. This is a national champion. Like, this is a Pan American champion. Like, I'm like, bro, I don't even know how to pole vault. Like, I don't know how to throw no discus. So
You
I
still
started digging
don't.
myself a hole. I beat Bryson discus if y'all know that. But
He said
I
he beat.
dug myself a hole
Give me a rubber
because of
disc.
because of my mental state. But at the end of the day, like I had to find a way up out of that by proving myself wrong. And the minute that I would do something correct, everything would change. Like pole vault. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm like, I'm black. Like black people don't pole vault. Like I don't know how to do that. I got over that first bar. I said, I'm in my bag now. Like ain't nobody stopping me from doing this. And like that's just how it went. And then last thing I'm gonna touch on is like girls, bro. You said you used to, yeah, like, look, I used to get anxiety talking to girls, bro. I still get anxiety talking to shorties, like, and not because I'm like trying to holler at people, because whatever, I got a girl, but at the end of the day, like, I still get anxiety talking to shorties. I don't know if it's like in my head, I'm thinking like I don't talk right enough for them, or I ain't tall enough, or well, that's cap. But like just these small things where I'm just like so pressed about myself. I'm so like anal about how great of a person can I be. I want to be top tier. I want to be here compared to everybody else. And when I know I got my own flaws that I'm working on, I in some sort of form or fashion, like dig myself lower, even though I'm trying to get here. So it's like I'm trying to find this balance of like get here without put myself lower, like stay here and then climb to this level. You know what I mean? Rather than one step up, two steps back. So it's like it's weird, man. I don't
Keep
know, but
climbing.
I definitely have doubted myself. I'm become way better at not allowing outside people to affect me and just what I mean, allow God to just take over and keep my mind straight and I mean get me to that level that I'm trying to reach.
Who's the number one most impressive track athlete you've competed against? It could be on your team or on a different team.
Most impressive I ever competed against.
Like, bro, he like that. Like, is there anybody you've ever ran against?
Yes, he was. He was my teammate, Alex McCune. This white boy, bro. I was a freshman, bro. Like to be honest with you, like he looked like an athlete, but I'm like, you know what I mean. Coming from Inner Akron, I'm like, watch this, bro.
What's this?
I've never felt embarrassed like in sports, especially like, bro, he was different. Like everything he did, I'm like, please teach me. Like, what did you do? How did you get to this level? I mean, he was like a fifth year or something like that, but hard. Like, and I just say, yeah, I'm looking up to him, like, for sure. I'm gonna be better than him. I'm about to be the school record holder. I wasn't because he was like that, but like, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, that's the level I'm trying to reach, like, straight up.
Period. I was just curious.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious because I know you probably ran into some talent for sure. So,
A
especially going to
whole
Akron.
lot, boy. A whole
Um,
lot.
one more question for y'all boys, man. What if you even got something that you can think of right now? Because I understand that this is a pretty loaded question, but what's y'all like big dream right now? Like what do y'all see yourselves doing right now in a couple years? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where do you see yourself? What you working for, I guess is what my question is. And when I'm asking
Mhm.
that is rooted in something like really big, right? Something that may not happen, but you don't even have enough doubt for you to even say that. Like you know it's gonna happen. And other people might hear you and they like, yeah, right. but like you believe in yourself. So like y'all got any dreams like that right now that you working towards?
Mhm. I mean, this is real generic, but my dream in a couple of years is to achieve optimal joy. And what I mean by that is having all my pieces aligned. So growing AC. Oh shoot. Alarm, my fault, yo. But having
I ain't even hear
AC,
nothing.
like, okay, bet. That's
Yeah,
not no morning alarm. But always having AC or having AC grow. Another part, one of my pieces that align is to give a better life to my little sister and my little brother. Like continue to be that role model for them. I mean, they look up to me more than I even know. Like every day they remind me, like, or not every day, but on the blue moon, they remind me and say something. I'm like, I mean that much, Steve? Like what? You know what I mean? So like having that peace of mind, but then also starting outside hustles and businesses that align exactly precisely how I want it to. And that's not necessarily saying like I want to start a clothing brand and I want to be as influential as, you know what I mean, Telfair or something like that. But like just even starting something if I want to do it. You know what I mean? Like just those small things, like to me, that's achieving optimal joy where my life essentially is precisely everything that I dream for it to be. And I don't have these dreams just because I'm like, I want to do this. The dreams are implanted into my mind because in the long term, this is God's plan for me. So having these things line up to me, that's just optimal joy. And that's where I want to be at, where I don't have any doubt, any reflection. I have frustration because that happens every day for anybody that's being a human. But at the end of the day, knowing that the frustration is coming from something that I know for a fact, I'm doing this because I told myself I'm gonna do it. I plan on doing it, and it's where I want to be. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Period.
and getting a
Yeah.
house too. I want
Oh,
to get a
that's
house
yeah,
too.
that's easy work. That's easy
yeah.
work. That's easy work, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Kamar, that's yeah. I mean, optimal joy. I like that. Yeah, definitely being at peace. For me, I want to be the best dad in the world. Honestly, like, I really
Yes.
want kids. That's we talk about that all the time. As far as like our dreams, what I want to do. I've always said I want to be the best dad I could possibly be,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to provide for my kids. Which is why I go so hard as far as financial literacy and understanding how money works. I want to get into real estate. I want to. I mean, I already invest in like stock market and stuff like that. And then professionally, I want to be an athletic director one day, or get as close as I can to that at a Power Five school. And before it was just like a mid-major school, thinking like I could balance it, but nah, Power Five. And
So both of y'all got similar goals with that.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and that's something we've always had in common too. Is talking
Always.
about that. I be trying to get them like, yo, you can come to Temple. You feel me? Like we got some positions. We got some finance like accounting for what I'm saying.
Hey, low key, man. It might make
Business
that
stuff.
move, man.
Hey man. So that of course, and then the AC man. I want this to be a, a worldwide known brand, kind of how it Big Brother Big Sister is. I want to be us to be that competitive, and the fact that we want to support as many kids as possible. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. It's not. That's not more so financially for me. It's just giving back and doing your service to the world, and being a servant. How I feel like my faith has led me to.
Yes.
So
That's real.
that's the biggest thing for me. As long as I'm helping leave this place better than I found it when I
Mm-hmm.
pass away, I'm happy with that.
That's
That's what it's
real.
all about. That's really what it's all about. Like honestly, like anything in life, purpose driven is rooted off of development, right? Making things better. Um, it could be personally or it could be for the world, but all of it is about making things better. So I love that. Before I even tell mine, I just think about like the concept of Green Lantern, the superhero, right? Um, like Jovan, you just said you were thinking about, mid major, and then you were like, no, forget that, Power Five, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the willpower of the Green Lantern. Now, if my dad is listening, or anybody that knows superheroes, if I'm a little off, don't get too mad. But I know for a fact Green Lantern's ring has something to do with his willpower, right? So if he can think of, if you tell him to make a plane, one lantern might make a plane literally this big and it might be flying on his ring, like, but then somebody else might make like a B-52. Somebody else might make a ship that's never even been imagined in somebody's head, but they got the willpower to make it. Like it's like a huge, like Thanos shit. So
Right.
the point is, it's not the power of the ring; it's the willpower of the person that holds the ring. I don't even know I don't even know his rhyme, but it's like darkest day and darkest night. No lands.
There it is, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's
I feel like I should
something,
know this because that's my
and then they
favorite
say
hero.
some Green Lantern's might. So it's like all about his might power, like or his willpower, like
Yeah.
how much he can believe in himself. Like if he wants to make a sword, it could be a sword with like 4,000 swords off the side, huge, like huge. But it's all about how much he can see in his head. So the reason I say that is because my dreams are like ridiculous, but I really think that they can happen. I just don't know how yet. But I see myself. I definitely see myself as a lot of things. Education in my education field. I see myself as the head of all counselors in Akron Public Schools. I see myself as counselor of the year in the entire nation. When I look at other people that have been in that position, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Like, there's no question. There's not one doubt in my mind that I could do that.
That's
Like
hard.
I skipped counselor of the year for Ohio. Like I think I can be counselor of the year for Ohio, but I really think I can hit that national ask a counselor of the year.
Yeah.
A lot of people, man, this is the opposite of people doubt me. Everybody's saying I could be the superintendent of Akron Public Schools when I'm done. I don't know if I'm willing, me personally, like I don't know if I'm willing to go that far yet. I'm still getting my feet wet with counseling. It's not that I don't think I could. I know I could, but I don't even know if I want that role. Um, and then AC wise, like I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't even told y'all this, but like when it's all said and done, and this is like 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, because of finance and stuff. This is a nonprofit. I ain't gonna lie, I see AC being like Mr. Beast. And I'm not saying like with the subscribers, I'm talking about financially, like us and like 10 kids, 20 kids, or 100 kids, we go downtown or something, we just pick random people, we buy them a car. Like that's what I see. That's really what I see.
Ooh,
Like
that'd be hard.
I see us doing Mr. Beast esque task and things in this world. Cause that's also AC. Like if we had the money in high school, we wouldn't have spent it on ourselves. What would we have been doing? We would have been like, hey yo, come on, we about to get you a pizza, right? And I'm talking about high school money, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey bro, I got you, like let's get the whole school a pizza, bro. Like, let's do that. Like, oh, everybody be like, oh, that's dope. I feel like other friend groups back then would have been like, bro, let's go to the mall. We gonna cash out. For us, we
Yeah.
would have been like, bro, we got all this money. Like, we might as well just put the whole school on to something. Like, let's do something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's still rooted in AC, but like I really see that in the future, like long term, way down the road, but like legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, come play this game. The winner gets 10K. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all got to stay in this room for whoever stays in the
Yeah.
room. Like all Mr. B stuff. Like I see AC doing that just for fun, for fundraising, to support other people. So I got a lot of big visions for AC. I like where we at right now. It's
Yeah.
given a lot of what we represent, but it's very serious, right? And we're not always the most serious people. Like AC is very serious right now. Leadership development. We gonna make it fun. I get that, but it's like when it's all said and done, when we are in our prime of AC, I want it to still be that. But like when we have fun, I want it to be like no limits. Like, oh, y'all want to do that?
Yeah.
That's what y'all want to do? Oh, okay.
It'd be
Say less.
hard.
We'll order it right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get there. But that's what I see, man. So I guess we can close. Yo, Cuddy got to go to practice or to the football facility. We got to get ready for our game. So let's get our 15 to 1 minute takeaways, and we'll cut it.
Okay.
You want to go first, Kumar?
Nope.
All right, I guess I will. Um, yeah, definitely. Block out like if you have a support group like ours, block out the outside noise, and keep true to yourself. Keep climbing. Never let that doubt creep in. Just always feel like you belong, like Kamar said.
Yeah.
Because self confidence is everything. It's going to take you further than anything else will.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have people on your inside that are telling you, oh, you can't do this, can't do that. Dissect really what their intentions are for you.
Yeah.
Understand who that person is and what they mean to you, and if they really have your best interests at heart. And then take away like, do they have a point? And then be like, no, I got it. No, like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you have to learn on your own,
Yeah.
which can be good and bad. But as long as you're willing to accept that, you won't have any regret.
I like that. I mean, I guess the takeaway that I do is just develop your mental strength. Like, continue to work on your mind, work on your brain, work on that cranium that you got. Because at the end of the day, everything is controlled by that, man. Like, if you find a way to master that, you'll master anything that you ever possibly want to do. Like, there's nothing that'll hold you back. Not anybody's words, sticks and stones. You know what I mean? Not anybody's actions. The only thing that'll ever reflect on stopping you from doing something is yourself. And that starts here. So that's my takeaway, is just work on that. I'm still working on that. So I'm not saying I'm an expert on that, but I've realized over my own experiences, the better I become up there, the better I become everywhere else in my life. So that's my takeaway.
Man, I'm about to see if I can pull this up. There it is. We've all seen this, right? Let me see if it can focus. The minor, right? If you can't see it, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
We all
Oh,
seen
yep.
that. So my message is very clear. You know, if you have been working really hard towards something that you want to reach, if you've been working your tail off to get to that dream, get to that goal, you see everybody else winning around you, you see everybody else doing good, right? And they see you working and they like, hey, bro, it might be time to move on. Keep climbing. Just keep climbing. Like, if it's your vision, it's your dream. If you saw it and they didn't, that's okay. You just keep working,
Mm-hmm.
keep grinding, keep climbing, trying your best, striving for what you want, right? We only got one life, man. We only really got one life. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing we want to do is have any regret with, man, I wish I did this more. I wish I went harder here, right? Just exhaust everything you got. And if you failed then it's not even doubt. It's like, yo, you know what? I just wasn't that guy, or I wasn't that woman. I just wasn't the fit for that. But I tried my absolute hardest. It's better to fail than to say, man, what if I did it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't ever want to live a life of what if. I don't ever want to look back and say what if at all. So just forget about doubt, forget about what other people say, and just keep climbing. That's all I got. What song we want to do? You want to do I don't even know. Oh, I got one. Kamar, I'm not even gonna say it. Kamar gonna have to go. He gonna have to go to the end of the podcast, and he gonna have to listen. But this is a special treat for y'all. This is unreleased. Peace out, y'all. Love, peace, and that chicken grease. We on next week. We got a special guest. We'll see y'all later. Let's go.
Around and catch the flu. It's contagious. How we really move for the boys. She not
Static,
coming
I ain't
back
trying
to
to
you.
interrupt, man,
Check
but let me
yourself.
tap in
Ain't no
real quick.
boo boo, ain't no
Big bro,
fool.
dog. Checking in with the flow, dog. Been a real one since day one. Since I rocked that curly fro, dog. People think that I know it all, but I'm lost like Gorilla Zoe, dog. I'm losing my mind and I'm losing control, dog. Ain't no avatar, but I'll fire in these bars.